Okay, we are in day 28, and as you can see, I have clean shaved myself so that I can see my jawline. Can you see? Okay, this is for just a record. Like I thought that I will go again sugarless diet. I mean to say, no artificial sugars anymore, because yesterday night I was watching a podcast on some neuroscientist called Huberman. So he was talking about how you can stop yourself from aging and get a good skin tonality. So that's why I thought that, yeah, what I was doing in the back, like I was doing back then, like last year. Uh, it was kind of a good thing to not to have the artificial sugar, not to consume the artificial sugars. So I just bought my favorite sweet, or you can say it, if you are an American watching this, we call it dessert. You can call it dessert or sweet, whatever. It's full of sugar and saturated fats. So I'm going to hate that just for the dopamine thing, to get some good feeling and some good dopamine hits by eating just sugary foods. That's why you love sugars and love to eat junk foods and whatever the foods you like burgers, pizzas. So those things has sugar and carbohydrate in it, and they taste awesome, and it feels good to consume those. So, but it's not healthy at all if you eat those things for a longer period of time. If you're eating like once or thrice or twice, whatever, like if you eat like twice a month, it's not going to affect you that much. So I'm going to eat a month, once or twice a month, maybe, or maybe not, if I am okay with my diet. So I'm not going to diet, but I'm cutting off the artificial sugar for sure. But I'm not going to that strict diet. I just want to feel good and not. I don't want to let the diet to overcome my mental stress. Like if I go for a diet and sorry about that. So if I go on any kind of diet, so oh, like throughout the day, I just feel like, yeah, I should not be eating this. I feel like this, I want to eat this, but I can. It's somewhere in your mind throughout the whole day. So it's taking out a lot of attention when you are dieting. But when your diet becomes your lifestyle, you find the perfect balance, like thing. You can just go like insane on your diets and on your lifestyle. It will be awesome when you find your balance. So I think I have found a kind of balance, and I'm not worrying about eating anything right now. But i'm i just I just always try to avoid artificial sugars and oily things like deep fried things. That's it. And I consume a lot of junk food also, but not that often. So you have to keep that in mind. You don't go for any junk food or the oily deep fried foods or processed foods. Yeah, you can eat them, but if you are eating like once or twice a week, it's not going to affect you that much. In my case, I have experience until now. Like for uh, I'm 26, so uh, I don't know how my body is going to react uh, after 30 or 40s. So we just can't say that it's not going to affect once or twice a week to a older person, like who is in his or her 50s or 60s. It's definitely going to like affect in that age group. So you have to always think about what people are telling and what advice they are giving, and to what group and what contest and what surrounding and what culture they are talking about. You have to think that way, not just go, oh, the person, he is a super scientist, or oh, he is a doctor, he is a doctor, and whatever he told me, this is the thing I have to do. No, this is not a thing that you should follow step by step. You just have to understand your body, your culture, your surroundings, and what foods are available, and how your body reacts to certain foods. So you just can't follow any dietitian or any doctors, whatever the content creators are now these days. You just can't follow them blindly, or just whatever they say. Just don't do those things. At least, yeah, you can try those things and experiment with yourself slowly. Like, if they say, eat this, eat that, first of all, you have to like eat a little quantity. Start with whatever thing you are starting, just start with a small amount. Just you eat, you feel good, just continue, slowly try to consume more and more until the like limit, or whatever the limit for you is. So if you feel good, and it's giving you good results, and it's not affecting you that much, like in a bad way, then you can just continue that thing. But not like, just don't follow any dietitian or even my uh, my suggestions in your life. Yeah, you can take out those particular things and apply it to your life, and just to see what thing works for you and what don't works for you. So in that way you can find the perfect balance of your life. Even not just only diet, you can apply it to any point of your life, like, oh, the career wise, business wise, whatever the thing is, doesn't matter. Just pick things and apply, start experimenting and applying it to your situation and your life, and see what works, and just whatever things works for you, just amplify those things to just get more results. So in that way, I just remember, as I was starting out with diet and all this bodybuilding thing, uh, in my in my 20s, I used to follow like a lot of dietitian and all those gurus of YouTube and internet. But yeah, I do gained a lot of knowledge by the time while I was watching and doing gym. But most of the time, I ended up getting like fake products, and a diet that I never needed. Like, imagine I was watching like the US creators and the Western creators. They just tells you the diets and all those things that they eat and that works for them, and that those foods are not available in India, or those supplements are not available in India. If they are available, the price is super high. So uh, even some people advise you a lot of kind of things, just to say, uh, a lot of kind of things that you should not be consuming, because these days everyone thinks that they are good content creators, and they just don't care about people's health, and uh, like they just all they care about is for, like, they just want views and money and subscribers and just something. That's it. That's the whole internet culture right now. So you have to be like super, you have to have the vision to see what's good, who is what the person is doing, what he's trying to say, and uh, what's what's the benefit, or you can say what's he's getting out of it, and if he is doing right thing and telling the right people and in right context, or if he's not. If you have to ask yourself, if I'm getting it wrong or if I'm getting it right, should I do this? And you have to analyze your scenario, and just and take those knowledge and apply it to your scenario, and just try it. Yeah, you always can try a lot of things. That's how you learn. I was also a beginner in many things. So I have done a lot of mistakes, and I learned through mistakes. That's the only process. But the point here I'm trying to make is just don't do the major mistakes that you can't come back after that. Like uh, if I suggest you to read this and read that, I will tell you a story. So while I was starting out bodybuilding, like when I was 18 or 19, so I used to follow the US creators, and uh, they all just suggest used to suggest like do supplements, do creatine, this, that, and all those things. So I thought that yeah, uh, I saw the big boys in my gym, and they have like jacked figures and six packs, abs, and they look phenomenon uh, while walking out in the gym. And I was so impressed by their like bodies and muscles. So I wanted those type of physique in myself. Uh, so I just asked them what things you do. They, because I was a teenager, they never like our society, the society I lived in live in is like a conservative society. So they just, back then they just never dare to recommend these supplements or whatever the things they are using. Even those supplements are good, like if you consume it's not bad. I'm not saying supplements are bad, but it's good. But back then in India, like where I live, uh, supplements are used to called as drugs. Like if you are taking supplements, uh, your family members will like slap you in your face for sure. So so they never used to tell me that uh, you should use I am we are using supplements and that's how we got this physique, or uh, and they never talked about TRTs, like testosterone replacement therapy. They used to take that like they are pros in their field, like they used to compete in the every bodybuilding competition. So uh, basically they were using those things, but they never told us like they are using those things. So I thought that if I have to achieve like that type of physique, and people are just saying just eat boiled chicken and eat a lot of food and work out. So I started eating and saw no results. So that was again my mistake. I thought that bodybuilding is like getting a good physique is like a 3 month game or 2 month game. So I used to think that way. So I started eating a lot and got fat. Uh, then I researched a lot of things and found landed on eating supplements like protein, not other supplements, just protein. So I thought that yeah, I asked those pros and big boys of the gym like, bro, what should I what should I eat and to gain muscles? They initially they never recommended me the supplements, because the gym has the rule that no kids, like we always considered as kids in the gym, because we were the youngest member in the gym at that time. So uh, the owner of the gym never wanted us to take any kind of supplements. So that's why that was the rule. No one is going to take any supplements. You just come, work out, go home, eat good things, the raw things like chicken, vegetable, your veggies, whatever the things are, but no supplements. So that was the rule. So they never told me, but I have heard they. I always used to hear listen them talking like what supplements they are taking and how they got big, like they were used to talk about games and all. So I came across those like gossips and found like supplements are thing they are not trying to tell me, or these people because they wanted they never. I thought that they don't want us to grow and compete with them. I felt that way, but it was never that way. They just don't want us to misguide ourselves. So that's how I got the idea of supplements. So then I came back home, started researching, and uh, gained like a little knowledge about eating, consuming protein and all those things. And for the first time, I just uh, called a random like a childhood friend, uh, just, hey bro, you are doing gym for like 1 year and you have a pretty good physique. So he told that, yeah, I'm doing this, and uh, supplements are the thing. You can take it anytime. So he just was the salesperson for that kind of salesperson. He just wanted the cut, like uh, whatever, if he sells, he's going to get a portion of the profit. So that's why he convinced me to buy a protein of worth like $50 if we talk about in US dollars. So it was like 3000 rupees for me, which was at that time was absurd amount. Like I'm talking about like 2015, uh, 15 or 16, like 14 or 15, like at that time, uh, in India, if you are spending like 3000 on supplements, like it's like a huge amount to be spent on anything. But that supplement was like 800 or to 1000 rupees around. So that friend of mine just cheated me, like uh, for money, basically for money. So he handed me over a supplement like three kgs of a box of like the what do you call, what we call the protein bottle or whatever whatever the thing is. He just handed me over like a 3 kg pack of protein. I think I still have the pics of those of that box. So I just uh, came back home with it. I spent like I gave him 3000 rupees and he was happy. I was happy. So I was about to start a new life to and getting a lot of muscles and getting a great physique. I came back home. Then I just uh, tried to hide the box from my family members. So I managed to uh, get the huge box with me inside our little house somehow, by not noticed by anyone. So I used to like eat. I used to consume that supplement in the nights. Sorry, like when everyone used to like in our home, everybody just falls asleep like around 10 or 10:30, when there was no internet. uh, like there was internet but not that popular or that affordable. So I just they used to sleep like at 10 or 10:30. So I used to wake up at 10:30, and the box was under my bed, and I used to grab it and just mix it with water and drink it. So after 3 days, 4 days went by, and 6 days, a week went by, my mom noticed that bottle, the protein bottle, and he asked me, and he was super disappointed with me. But again, he saw, sees, sorry if I told, he, uh, she saw that I wanted to do this, and I convinced her to, I please let me take these proteins. So she somehow, first he was not like he see like she never agreed with me, like with this bodybuilding thing. Yeah, she allowed me to do uh, gym and gain whatever things I do. She supports every time, but while consuming this, you just can't do this. But I somehow managed my mom and dad to, please let me consume. So they had no idea of these things. They thought that it's something like Horlicks or some products that we used to eat when we were kids to gain some height or whatever the things are. It's just like that thing. They understood in that way, and which was kind of true. So they agreed. I started eating. After 20 days, my muscles, like my skin, started uh, I felt my body was super bulked and bloated. It within 10 to 20 days, and I had rashes. I like under the armpit and on the thighs and like on the calves. Uh, it started growing so fastly that I had a lot of rashes on my underarms and calves and thighs. So that's where my mom started doubting me, like, uh, dude, stop what you are doing, and uh, this is the side effects. You are not understanding this. Those people who have given this. They had no idea what you are eating, and you also don't have any idea. These are the only effects. You are so young to have uh, like these kind of rashes and all these things. Because I was super thin and super slim, like you can just count my ribs on my chest. I was that slim at that time while I'm starting out. So she told me that you stop this eating this, so you are going to die soon. So I never cared for him because I wanted the wanted body as uh, any stupid teenagers will do. So I was stupid enough to ignore their suggestions and just to went on eating those things and start and slowly it I don't know how, but I exactly know how actually. Uh, it start. I started drinking, taking the protein on high amount. I just wanted to gain a lot of muscles. So I used to it was recommended that you should be eating 2 scoops a day. So I started like just a sec. So I started eating those like thrice a day, like 4 times a day, 4 scoops. So I started like growing like if any fat person, like I got fat like in 20-30 days, and my stomach started to hurt, and like I felt sleepy a lot, and I like felt like not doing anything at all. I lost my appetite for eating, and all those things started happening with me. So that's when my mom noticed this and just told me that uh, something has to go from my home, like either you and your protein, decide yourself. So I told her, I again convinced her it's not that thing, something is happening with me, but then it's not the protein. So uh, she said okay. I went college, and by the time when in the evening I returned home, I saw the whole protein stack like was outside, like on that dump yard, in the dump yard. She just threw it away so that I can even collect it. She just threw it, spreaded it all over the road. So she just destroyed the whole bottle. So slowly that we ended up with an uh, argument in at our home, like uh, why she did this, and she was super disappointed with me with my gym and all protein eating things. So that's I never understood back then, but now I understood what it could have caused me, and I would have been dead if I had continued though eating those things, because those proteins are not was not certified by any FSSI or any food consuming organization. This was just totally a random like domestic, you can say, local thing or local product that anyone can produce. So it was super unhealthy. I am sure that if I had used it that protein, that type of protein for next 6 months or 1 year, I've no doubt I will have muscles, but I would have been dead by that time. So the so this is the thing, you should be aware of that. Whatever the things people are telling you on the internet, just please do takes note at first. Start experimenting with a small amount, whether it's sitting, whether it's an exercise, whether it's a tips. Just start applying those slowly into your life. See what works for you and what don't works for you. And if it works, then it's great. If it not works, try it like one more time, or for a several time, and see if you are doing a mistake, and if you are not doing any mistake, if it's not working for you, and uh, it's like it has any side effects, and it goes like the situation goes against yourself, or if anything bad happens, if things don't goes right in the right direction, just quit those things, because we have to make our life better, not worst. So whenever you are taking any tips, just think those tips or suggestion in a long term. People just people are just so hyped to like do whatever the things are all available on the internet. They just think that whatever the people are talking on the screen are to be true, which is not most of the time. Because I have seen, like, I'm watching like a lot of podcast and with the top elite peoples of on the internet or in the world, but most of the time I can say that I never find those tips useful in my life. So it's not worth it to follow those things in your life, but you also can pick something out of their life and apply it to your life, and you will get a lot of results. Just your goal should be like gaining knowledge and information so that you can make better decisions in your life. That should be the goal. That should be the only goal you have to look for all the time in your life. So uh, I felt like at the first I felt like I have wasted watching a lot of content creators, but it's not that way. uh, because I have watched a lot of things back then, so that I had the wisdom or information to make a decision whether it's right, or whether if someone is talking about a thing, if it's right or if it's wrong. That's like that's the thing you can gain over time. You have to be patient, consume a lot of content, and uh, like from the right people. Don't apply those things into your life like blindly. Just wait, start doing slowly, and see things what works for you and what's not. After you feel like, yeah, you can make better decisions, and you can understand certain things in certain scenario. Sorry, I think I need to drink a lot of water. So once you realize those things, just go all in. Like, right, I am in a, I can say that I am in a good position that I can make a lot of great decisions for my life and for myself and for my family. Uh, but these decisions, these wisdom, these information, all these things came uh, after like 6 or 8 years of information consumption, and uh, I used to watch like 12 hours to 14 hours on daily basis. Imagine someone is watching a like uh, something for uh, 12, 12 hours per day for like 7 years, 8 years. So this is the compounding effect, and these are the information in my mind, so that I can uh, see, I can totally see what's right, what's wrong, what should be I doing, what I shouldn't be doing. All those things I can make great decisions, and I am super proud of those things. Still I screw up myself sometimes, and I do make bad decisions all the time. I learn those things, and I never do this. I just tried to not do those, like, not to, I just try to not repeat those mistakes again. So these this is how life works. You have to be patient. Just consume a lot of things, like mentally, not eating. I'm not talking about eating. Just try a lot of things, do experiment little by little, and see what works. And don't trust any, I repeat, don't trust anyone on the internet or in your real life. Just, you got yourself, you know your body, you know your life, you know your situation. You have to make those decisions. Yeah, we can help each other by giving our experience. Also, the decision you have to make is you. You only can make that decisions, and you are the only person who is responsible and who is going to affected by that decision. So be careful while watching anyone on the internet and getting any kind of advice or suggestions. Just be aware, be yourself, be wise. Okay, that's 30 minutes for today. I'll see you tomorrow.